Breaking news, breaking news, breaking news. Lil Baby on the run. The feds is closing in. This is what it is. That music video that he shot trying to do something by bringing it back to the hood. They flipping it against him. Subscribe to my daughter's YouTube channel at Juanita Mecca Audio. Yo, check this out. You don't want to miss it. We're going to break it down when the feds get on you. This is no different than the crack era. This is the music era for the young black millionaires. They always got something for you. All right? As you know, Lil Baby got caught up, right? This unique Mecca Audio. Lil Baby got caught up with his name in the middle of all this going on down there. So this is for you young up-and-coming entrepreneur, entertainers, rappers, and anything doing with making a bag here in America. Once you get the bag, the more you go up, the more they come at you. Lil Baby, right now, he got to start liquidating. That's what you do when the feds start closing in. We know the feds are closing in because they mention his name in the joint. We're going to play this, and we talking about 2 young children getting unalived from his video shoot is what they're accusing. Let's play this video and see where we at. All right.
Atlanta police now blame the deaths of 2 Atlanta teens last summer on a violent street gang in our community. Good evening. Thanks so much for joining us for Fox 5 News at 5. I'm Tom Haynes.
I'm Courtney Bryant. Just hours ago, APD announced they now have charged 7 people with the murders. Fox 5's Tyler Fingert is live at Atlanta Police Headquarters to tell us what we're finding out. Tyler?
Yeah, Courtney, good evening to you. Investigators say 2 13-year-olds were innocent victims caught in a gang retaliation shooting while celebrating a birthday.
The overall theme in this case is grown men playing gangster.
Atlanta police say these are the innocent faces of gang violence in Atlanta. 2 of them, 13-year-old boys Jacody Davis and Lamont Freeman, were killed. And 11-year-old Dontavius Davis was wounded last July in a shooting on Spark Street. APD says Freeman was killed on his 13th birthday.
And yo, just so you understand, Lil Baby's no fool. He knew that this was coming from the YSL situation, how they went at Young Thug. You see the way he held them down. He was just sitting back, and you heard Fonnie Willis say it herself that they coming, that it was a war on the rappers down there in the ATL. So this is some serious business that's going on, man. You see what just went on with Young Thug. They trying to have the next face up there to be Lil Baby. Lil Baby got to watch his back. He got to be careful. Right now, he tried to disassociate himself from, you know, the gang, the group that they had, and it's too late. They already have enough information to time into it, so there's no saying that you want out, because you know how they say blood in and blood out. You can't just verbally say, I'm no longer a part of the gang. Mr. Feds, don't bother me. I'm just a civilian. No, that's YouTube talk, where you get dudes come up here that say they're gangsters, ain't nothing but rat bastards. And let me clarify this, right? Because, I mean, there's always some type of bullcrap going on. Listen, man. You know, you're going to get people that as your numbers go up, hold up. I'm going to show you where my problems began, right here. Hold up. I'm going to show y'all right now, and this is how YouTube works. Let me get this joint out for you. This is how YouTube works. I'm going to give you all a tutorial as we go through the Lil Baby situation, right? This is how this play out. I got this lovely plaque, right? This $100,000 plaque. And everyone is at my throat because I got a $100,000 plaque. And, you know, they still down there at 10,000, 5,000, 20,000 subscribers. I done passed them because after you talk about someone, where do you go from there? Period. Just like these young rappers. See, everything is riding along. Just like these young rappers, after you talk about smoking on the dead, after you talk about the dead, talk about your ops, where do you go from there, especially if your ops is getting locked up, your ops is getting killed, so where do you go from there? But YouTube is a type of thing that the more you get, right, the more love you get, And the bigger you get, your closest friends come at you. Now, right? I'm gonna show you something because I'm in the mood to ride right now. So I'm gonna show you something, right? So this right here, right, is my actual court document. So I'm gonna just read a little bit from it. You know what I mean? Finally, Hall contends that he should not have been sentenced for distributing 255 kilos of cocaine and cocaine base because the cocaine sent to Virginia was powder. We reviewed the district court's finding of the amount and nature of the drugs attributed to Hall as clear error. So then they go down a little farther. They said, with respects to the argument about the amount of drugs attributed to Hall was supported by evidence. 3 carriers testified having made a total of 85 round trips between New York City and Virginia to deliver drugs for Hall. When stopped on one such occasion, one courier carrying 3 kilos of cocaine. Another carrier estimated that he carried between 3 kilos on each trip, and another distributor run which carried 13 kilos, right? But, you know, I'm just a PI, you know. See, the thing is, I didn't tell on none of my comrades, you know, the same as Young Thug didn't tell on his comrades, Lil Durk did not tell on his comrades, and Lil Baby did not tell on his comrades. But that irks the rat bastards where they try and put everybody in the same category as them. But that's what happened as your life move up. You get, you know, you get all kinds of haters, man. Let's ride. Let's go back to Lil Baby and what's going on down there in the A.
Lamont Freeman was allowed to be a 13-year-old for 27 minutes before gang violence ultimately took his life.
During an afternoon news conference, investigators blamed the deadly shooting on a local rapper. They said the attack was in retaliation for the rapper entering a rival gang's territory to film a music video.
In the subsequent days, we saw homicides and shootings, and ultimately the deaths of 2 children as a result of his cowardly actions, and you know who you are.
Authorities say a high-ranking member of the Goodfellas gang who was incarcerated orchestrated the attack using a smuggled cell phone. Following those instructions, the suspects opened fire at an apartment complex where the 3 young teens were gathered to celebrate Freeman's birthday. Police say they weren't the targets.
Now that's sad, right? We're gonna say rest in peace to the young men that, young children that lost their lives. You know, I mean, it's a sad day when these young black men, they make it, become millionaires, become successful, and then they bring their street beef over into the business world. And then now they create their rap counterparts as their ops, and they're taking it to the ultimate street level when they're saying ops. Now, here you go, YouTube, you got these rat bastards and flip-flop wearing in public trolls that just try and scour the YouTube and internet looking for anything to eat somebody back out because they have no life and no content. That's what happened. But now you have these rappers bringing their street beefs into the business world and wondering how they got caught up in the manner that they got caught up. So that's where you have to differentiate yourself from either you're going to be a businessman in the rap world, an artist or whatever, or you're going to run the streets and still play with it like you are up-and-coming artist trying to find your way. Back in my era, because we ride. Back in my era, while we were selling drugs, when we had ops, it was for the bag. We didn't create ops to create ops because that's not a part of the game, because we know that there's no do-overs in that. No do-overs. When you sit here and innocent young children, like what you see behind me, wind up getting, you know, unalive by stray bullets while celebrating a birthday in their neighborhood, it's a sad time, man. It's a sad time, and that's why we do over Unique Mecca Audio, so don't pay attention to the distractions. You're going to have all kinds of rat bastard distractions, and I got all my paperwork to prove everything, so we don't even have to feed into the bull crap. We just going to move forward, and we're going to let the haters sit back and watch me hit 200,000. That's going to be the next plaque, so whoever is not subscribed, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so we can get to the 200,000 and we can hurry up and get another couple of haters. Because every time you get you go up in the views, you get the haters that's too lazy to put in the work. Look how nice I got this program looking for you. You think you had a real what you call a news call broadcast? You know, I set all this up coming home after 26 years. Instead of them just congratulate me and say, man, you're doing your thing. How do you do it? Can you help me? And like I said, my numbers stay on the screen. Anybody got a beef with me or problem with something I say or like what I say, want to give me my flowers or whatever, the number stays on the screen. It's getting ready to come up, and that's the way we move forward. But just know that the game is to be sold, not told, so don't call expecting to get no free information. Keep me on the phone for an hour without giving me a cash app, so you rat bastards could call that Reverend Icon or whatever you want to call it. It's called hustling. All right? Let's go. I'm chilling with my family, my kids, and somebody call, want information about the YouTube, you better believe they better make sure their cash app is working. Whoever don't agree with that, they definitely don't need to be on this channel because they're definitely not a part of the hustling society. All right? Now, let's go back to this young man here.
These kids were innocent victims. So when we talk about the gang involvement, these two 13-year-olds and this 11-year-old, they didn't have a gang involvement.
Those arrested were identified as Keontae Sanders, Richard Hollis, Reginald Thomas, DeKeithion Mobley, Marcus Crawford, Tradon Crawford, and Allie Caldwell. The final two were arrested Tuesday. Police had some tough talk for those responsible.
Goodfellas Criminal Street Gang being one of the most hyper-violent gangs in the city of Atlanta, and we will pursue you relentlessly in making sure that we keep this city safe and suppressing violence.
Now, what do y'all think about that? What are we going to do as a people, as the elders, in order to cure this? Now, let me ride back with Lil Baby. The feds is worse than a pit bull. When they get on you, it's like, it's no calling them off. You know what I mean? It's like they got blood in their fangs. And right now they got blood in their fangs for Lil Baby. They already got Lil Durk. They just dropped the ball with Young Thug, but they still kind of won because any little thing he do, they're going to put him in that jail. And that's why they set him up like he did. Even his lawyer said he should have took it all the way to trial if that was him, but he had to respect his client's moves. Now, that's how that go. So y'all think that y'all slick out there? Look at these young men that just threw their lives away. They just threw their lives away. They can't really get decades in prison if they get found guilty when all they had to do was listen to what their parents, at least their mother, said. My mother even told me don't hustle, don't get involved in the street, but I still chose to do it. That's why when I got bagged, I just kept my mouth shut and I did what I had to do, and I kept my comrades' names out of it because I'm the one that slipped. I'm the one that got caught. No reason for me to bring anybody else into the misery that I brought myself in. That's how a man holds himself responsible for his actions. Please, if I would have listened to mama, I wouldn't have been in that place. So y'all need to listen to your mama and or listen to Unique Mecca Audio. I left behind a cell, really nice cell, sitting right in front of the TV. I could lay in the top bunk, the bottom bunk, whatever, and I look and see the TV straight with my little jailhouse speaker made. Yo, they make speakers, let me ride. Could you believe that they make speakers in the jail out of a sheet of paper? They take a sheet of paper, make the cone from a speaker, get a book, cut the book cover up in the shape of a speaker, and then take the magnet from like one of these same headphones I got on, and they put it in there and they line it up with the coil, and next thing you know, that joint, you plug it into your headphones, to your radio or your MP3 player, and the shit play music out. So I used to sit back and I'm watching ID TV to see how they busting the criminal. They used to have a joint up there on ID called 1,001 Ways to Die, where they showed stupid ways the dude died. Like there was a guy that died. Could we ride? There was a dude that died in the prison because he sat there. He was cooking wine, right? Check it out, right? Dude was cooking wine. And the rat bastard's gonna say he's telling when this is all public information, but the rat bastards ain't got nothing else. Or I said rat bastard, didn't hit a gunshot. So we gotta make it up because we don't want the rat bastard to feel like, they welcome here. Matter of fact, I'm gonna get a rat bastards 3 seconds to tap out. All right, now take that with you on the way out. So as I was saying, right? So there was a dude that actually sat on the toilet. He had the wine in the toilet, right? And you know, he's throwing hot water on it. He's trying to cook it so that it can burp to make it go up a little faster. And, you know, then he decides to cook it. So he put the stinger in it and all that. And then now the police come walking around. So he got to hide the wine that's in the toilet. So he sits on the toilet. He drops his pants and he sits on the toilet. The toilet's made out of metal. And when he sits on the toilet, you know, his cheek hit the wire came off and hit the toilet and electrocuted him. And he died in the cell from cooking wine. What a way to go. Come on, dog. Rest in peace to that one. But, you know, it's different things like that happen in prison that make you laugh. So they had a show called 1,001 Ways to Die. And I wanted to write them and tell them, man, you need to put the joint up here about the dude that electrocuted himself. There was another joint, right? Can we ride? There's another joint, right? There was a dude in there, and he laying down, he under the covers, and, you know, he masturbating. It's a female at the door, so he masturbating, got the cover over his head, she banging on the door, and, you know what I mean? He just knows she there, so he's going off. We call those guys Taliban, you know what I mean? Because they're snipers, you know what I mean? Now, so he's sitting there, he's gunning under the covers, and he gets excited, and then he passed gas under the covers. Now, he passed gas under the covers. It was stinking so bad, and he was so turned on from the act that he was doing because he was a deviant, that as he's masturbating under the covers, he passed gas under the covers, he died from some gas called phenylephrine. Hey, yo, dude killed himself by putting a blanket over his head, you know what I mean, and farted. Google it, look it up, and come back and let me know, because I know the rat bastards is like, how the heck he know this? Because I spent 26 years in federal prison, man. Let's stop it. But Lil Baby, liquidate. It's time to downsize. You know, I don't know what else to tell you I would do. But right now, the Rolls Royces, the Bentleys, the jewelry, get rid of all that. Look what they just did to the 6ix9ine the other day. Didn't they say they ran up in his house, took his jewelry, auctioned off his jewelry, took his house, all this, because they said he owed IRS. Once you got that bag, you got to move it where they can't get it. They get it. It's a wrap. Come home like me and Big Meats. Look at Big Meats and say, man, my dad waiting on the next paycheck. Well, welcome to the free world, Meats. That's how they eat you up and spit you out and throw you out alive, and then you got the YouTube rat bastards and flip-flop wearing in public trolls, a.k.a. the haters, you know, that's quick to sit there and just make up anything to try and get 2 views because their life is trash. They haven't been through nothing. They haven't done nothing. So therefore, they come up here and they just try and eat out people's back. But anyway, been up here long enough. Make sure you be on the lookout for Cashbox. I'm going to play a little part. Now, I ain't going to play it yet because I got to get it hooked up to the joint. But we got a Cashbox on. Cashbox coming out real soon. My documentary coming soon. So the haters going to come out the woodwork. But I don't mind because I know how to work this thing now. And one thing I learned from YouTube is to waste time talking about a hater or responding to a hater, all you're doing is bringing your people to them, and that's why they do it, because they want you to say their name. They know under any other circumstances you're not, so they think if they can ruffle your feathers, then you're going to say their name. But no, you got to earn your own 140,000 subscribers without using unique Mecca audio. But if anybody that needs help or whatever, like I said, the numbers on the screen, you got an issue, you got flowers, whatever it is, the numbers there, we talk sensibly as adults because that's what we do at the Mecca. Now, let's tap out. Been here long enough. Subscribe to my daughter's YouTube channel, Juanita Mecca Audio. Subscribe to Unique Mecca Audio Prison Stories, and subscribe to Mecca Audio TV. And be on the lookout for Cashbox. And know that it's on and popping.
Cheers, cheers, toast the crime, toast the crime, the crime, the crime, the crime.
Out the can of 26, yeah. He back on the strip, getting back in the mix. Yeah. What he mentions a gift. Right. You stand up 10 toes down, and I suggest you pay attention to this. Real. Take a little gully posse and put it in Harlem. He cut from the bottom, came up from the bottom. Drop the book, you should go and get it. The Instagram page and the YouTube, you could go and visit. Yeah. Then you could consider yourself LinkedIn. Real. Sit front row and get Jews from a kingpin. How he went through it, so you ain't gotta go do it. To not pay attention would be stupid. Talking about a man that probably put your grandfather on. Probably the reason that him and your grams got along. A man that generated millions on the block, did his time, never squilling to the cops. Mecca Audio.